Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, My Loverlies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am so happy you found me. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Speaking of cheap makeup, today is New Makeup Monday, and we are all about what's new at ShopMissA. These are some of my very favorite videos to film. I adore ShopMissA. Their quality never ceases to absolutely amaze me. Before we get started, a very special, very warm welcome to any of those that are new to my channel. I am so incredibly happy that you are here. If you enjoy the content, I do so hope that you will mash that thumbs up button. I hope that you will subscribe if you have not already. And I hope that you will ring my bell, turn on your notifications, so that way, next time I upload a video, you can come right back here and we can hang out together again. Also, my makeup is already done. I did make sure to film a TikTok on today's eye look if you are interested. I wanted to go for something just a little bit festive but very moody. I love the way that it turned out. Very, very easy as well. Guys, I will make sure to put the tags for all of my other socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff in the description box below. If you are not following me on all my other socials, you definitely should go do that. I post fun content every single day, and if you're following me everywhere, you don't have to worry about missing a single moment of it. Guys, with all of that out of the way, we need to go ahead and dive into this new makeup. It is so yummy. So every couple of months, I really like to place an order with ShopMissA. Y'all, they come out with new things continuously, and since the last time I placed an order, they've come out with two new, a new brand, or like a sister brand part of ShopMissA. They've come out with a bunch of new collections. I am stoked. I ordered a ton of stuff. I spent $24.80 before tax. Y'all, absolutely amazing. I got a ton of products sitting in front of me, most of which I'm wearing on my face today. I will, of course, list everything that we talk about in today's video in the description box as well. And if you have any questions about anything I talk about, all you got to do is leave me a comment and I will get back to you. First off, I want to start with probably the thing that surprised me the most, and that is this freaking powder right here. So guys, this is a teeny tiny little powder. This is a dupe for the Givenchy Prisma Libre powder. It is, I don't know if you guys can see, but it has 4 little containers of different colored powders. You have a green, a blue, a purple, and a peach. I have this all over my face today. I used it to set my under eye and my entire face. This is the AOA Studios Flawless Setting and Finishing Loose Powder. When I tell you this looks flawless all over the face, but especially the under eyes, I think that's why this surprised me as much as it did. I have super dried up dusty old mummy skin. My under eyes are a big problem area for me. Finding a good, great, fantastic under eye setting powder is almost impossible. When I tell you, this blew me away. It is so nice. You guys know that I never come on here with my makeup freshly done. I've had my makeup on for a good 5 hours at this point, and I am telling you, my under eyes still look fantastic. This went on and it looked so instantly smoothing and blurring. It wasn't heavy, it wasn't cakey, it just, it was so good. On top of that, this goes for $1.88. That price point is literally unbeatable. It is so fantastic. Guys, I have tested this against because I own the Givenchy Prisma Libre powder. I have the Moira dupe for that as well. Guys, this is just as good as all of those. So the Givenchy Prisma Libre powder, I think, is around $40. The Moira powder is, I think, around $12. This is $1.88. $1.88 is, I mean, like I said, it is an unbeatable price point for a really, really fantastic product. There's really not much more I can say about it other than you need this in your life. Go get it. Thank me later. Next up, I picked up a brush cleaning soap. I don't know about y'all, but I am very, very remiss when it comes, like, I just am not good at cleaning my brushes or remembering to clean my brushes. I just feel like I have a million things to do all the time, and I just never have time to really sit down and clean my brushes. On top of the fact that I have a ridiculous amount of brushes, so by the time I get to washing them all, there's so many that need to be washed, and it's just kind of a daunting task. I do, however, need to sit down and get them done. So when I was scrolling through their new products, I saw this brush soap and I was like, okay, let's pick that up. It comes in this super adorable little tin, which I love. I prefer a solid brush soap as opposed to a liquid one. I just feel like it's easier to use and it's a little bit less messy as well. This one is the peach one. It is the argan oil brush soap. So that's what it looks like on the back. This smells freaking delightful. So that's what it looks like. It comes in its own little tin, and then it's just a little cake of soap that is individually wrapped, which I appreciate. The texture on this actually looks really, really nice. Now, I can't say anything about this because I haven't used it yet, but it smells delightful. I will make sure to put in the comments after I use this how well it worked, but I have used the ShopMissA brush soap before and I really enjoyed it. So I don't think, I can only imagine this is going to be as good as the last one I tried. Also, this is only $1.55. $1.55 is a fantastic price point. The brush soap that I have been using is I will show you. So this is the brush soap that I've been working on for, I want to say, a couple of months now. I really try to wash my brushes at least once every 2 weeks. Realistically, you're supposed to wash your brushes once a week, but baby, I just cannot. I could not. It's just not gonna happen for me. So I really try to shoot for once every 2 weeks. And this is the Wet n Wild Sponge and Brush Cleanser. This is their solid cleanser. This is from their SpongeBob collection. I just thought this packaging was so super, super adorable, but you guys can see I am just about out of it, so it was definitely time to get a new one. Like I said, I really prefer a good solid soap, brush soap. I think it's just a lot easier to use. This one actually smells really, really nice. It's got a very soft, clean, kind of fruity scent to it. I have really enjoyed this one. These ones are not super expensive either. I think this was like $5 or $6. Maybe probably not even that expensive. But I really enjoyed this one. Though I am very excited to try out the ShopMissA one. Next up, I picked up a couple more of my very, very favorite brushes from ShopMissA. If you have never tried the brushes from ShopMissA, you are missing out. They are fantastic quality for really fantastic price points. So first up, we have this is the E122. This is a small flat shader brush. It is a very thin, it's a very thin, pretty stiff, dense, flat packing brush. This is the absolute best brush for if you're doing glitter, if you're packing any kind of shimmer onto the lid, if you're using any kind of loose pigment. This brush just transfers product onto the eye so beautifully. And one of the very best things about this brush is the fact that it doesn't absorb your product. Because it is so thin and so stiff, it doesn't, your product isn't getting caught and lost in between the bristles, so you really get a full high impact lay down of pigmentation. It is fantastic. I picked up 2 more of these. Guys, these are $1 a piece. They're $1 a piece. You cannot beat it. I now have 4 of these in my collection. They're just so good, and they last really, really well. This one I have had in my collection for over a year at this point, and it still is in fantastic, Fantastic shape. I use it continuously. They're just really nice. So they have the black handled brushes, and then they also have the pink handled brushes. So the black handled brushes are going to go for $1. They are the AOA Studios line. And then you have the pink handled ones, and these ones are the PawPaw brushes. Now, these ones are just a little bit more expensive. However, the quality is just a little bit better on the pink ones, on top of the fact that the bristles are a little bit softer, and they definitely have more, I don't know, I think the shapes are a little bit different. You're getting a thicker, heavier handle. They're just a lot cuter as well. Just a little bit better quality. These ones aren't that much more expensive though. These ones go for $1.55. So I picked up 2 of these. These are the E128s. These are the tapered, the small tapered, the mini tapered blending brushes. Guys, these are fantastic, especially if you have smaller eyes or hooded eyes like I do. This is a fantastic crease brush. It just goes in, it does everything you want a good crease brush to do, but it's not too big, it's not too little. I love the fact that it's tapered. It really tucks in to that crease and really blends everything out super quickly and very, very easily. Again, these are $1.55 and they're phenomenal. And then last but not least, I picked up 2 more of my E132s. And these are my small blending brushes. These ones I like for just about everything. I really love these for outer or inner corner work. I love these for the lower lash line. These are fantastic for doing like highlight, things like that. If you are looking for a very small, but well, I want to say like a small kind of detail blender, this is gonna do it for you. It is so fantastic. The shape is perfect. The bristles are the perfect density. There's still a good amount of movement there, but they're nice and dense, so it really can pack on the pigment as well. They're so good. All in all, I picked up 6 new brushes. Again, the black handled ones are $1. The pink handled ones are $1.55. I think, especially if you're looking for single brushes, I think ShopMissA is the place to look for them. They're such good quality for such a great price point. I will say the selection isn't massive, but I find they've pretty much got everything you need, especially if you're just getting started or if you're looking to experiment with new shapes and don't necessarily want to go out and spend like Sigma prices on a new brush. I really think this is the place to go. I've been playing and, you know, doing my makeup, things like that for a long time now. And still, I keep going back to ShopMissA for their brushes because they're just good. I love the price point. I love the quality. And yeah, I will continue to use these until they just don't make them anymore. So one of the products that was in my very best of 2023 this year is this bad boy right here. This is the Magical Girl Brow Lift Sculpting Wax. Now, I actually picked up 2 more of these bad boys because I am almost out of my first one. This has very quickly become my very favorite brow wax / gel of all time. It goes onto the brows, it sets down completely, it holds your brows in place. It's just a really fantastic brow product. It goes into the brows clear, it dries down clear, it doesn't leave your brows looking dusty or flaky in any way. My eyebrows are always on point thanks to this stuff. I really enjoy the nice fluffy looking brow, and this just goes on and it just keeps your brows up and in place all day long. My eyebrows are very thick and they're very coarse. They're very, very curly like the rest of my hair. And they just don't like to listen. They don't like to behave. But this whips them into shape every single time. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am just about out of this one. It was definitely time for me to pick up a new one, and y'all, I was not taking any chances. If something happens and these like they discontinue these, or if something happens and like they're out of stock, I want to make sure that I am covered. So I picked up 2 more. These are not super expensive either. These go for $1.88. So one of the most expensive products, it's the most expensive product in today's video. But even then, at $1.88, compared to either the e.l.f. Brow Lift that goes for $6 or the Anastasia Brow Freeze goes for a butt ton more, this is so good. I've tried the e.l.f. Brow Lift. It's good. It's not as good as this stuff. Plus it molds and gets all gross. I haven't tried the Anastasia Brow Freeze. But honestly, I just haven't felt the need to. I was no longer even curious about the Anastasia one. This one was so perfect, it just kind of like ruined all other brow products for me. So one of my very favorite lines that ShopMissA came out with this year was the Venetian Romance line. And in that line, there are a ton of stuff. They've got not liquid, but they have creamy blushes and creamy bronzers. They've got eyeshadows. There's a ton of stuff, and I've tried it all. I think the blushes and the bronzers are as close to a perfect cream face product that you can get, on top of the fact that they're only $1.88 a piece. They're phenomenal. But they recently released lipsticks in the line. So of course I had to go out and I had to pick up a couple of shades. When I tell you this packaging, it feels heavy. It feels luxurious. These go for $1.88 a piece. So it's a $2 lipstick, still far more affordable than anything you're going to find even at the drugstore. But y'all, when I tell you this packaging is absolute fire, I am not even playing with you. So this is what it looks like. I picked up 2 different shades. They are this really beautiful rose gold and purple component. Absolutely stunning. When I tell you they feel heavy and solid, like if you told me this was a $1.88 lipstick, I would tell you were lying. Like, there is no way. On top of that, guys, look how they open. You twist it open, it has a screw mechanism, and then I love that so very much. Y'all, you can put this in your purse and you could fling it all over town and it would not bust open in your purse. I cannot tell you how much I love that. I have ruined so many purses because a lipstick or a lip gloss has busted open in my purse. And y'all, like, Michael Kors, Kate Spade, all that good stuff. Purses are freaking expensive. And once you get lipstick stains inside a purse, there is absolutely no getting them out. It's kind of like they're ruined forever. I adore that these screw closed. They're just genuinely fantastic. Love that. So I got 2 different shades. This is the shade Sucree. I will 100% be going back to get the rest of this lineup because they all look really beautiful. So this is the shade Sucree. It is a very light, kind of like peachy toned pink. That's what it looks like. When I tell you, these are so creamy and dreamy and wonderful. They're also beautifully long wearing. I'm super excited. Now, I have kind of played with these, but I have not done a full day wear test on them yet. So I will keep you guys posted. We'll do an update a little bit later. But so far, the colors are beautiful. So that's the shade Sucree. And then I also got the shade Regent. And Regent is a little bit mauvier, a little bit more, I think it's a little bit more pink as well. So this is the shade Regent. So this one right here. Oh, so it's a little bit deeper, a little bit rosier. This one has a little bit more of a peachy undertone. This one's a little bit more like, I want to say mauve rose, dusty rose kind of color. So pretty. They are absolutely gorgeous. And again, the packaging is just so far above and beyond anything. Like, I was not expecting anything anywhere near this nice. This is by far the best lipstick packaging I have encountered from ShopMissA to date. It is freaking phenomenal. I think there are 5 or 6 different shades in this range, and trust and believe when I tell you, I will be going back to go get the rest of them because they're so beautiful. ShopMissA does really fantastic lipsticks just in general. They always have really beautiful colors. Everything is very neutral, and most of them lean very much on the pinky side of things, but they're just pretty and they're creamy and they feel beautiful, like on the lips. They're hydrating and comfortable to wear. Super creamy, beautifully pigmented. Yeah, these are just really, really nice. These also, I believe, these set down to a fairly budge-proof finish. We're going to let that ruminate on the back of my hand, and then we'll do a smudge test. While we're on the subject of lip products, I picked up, they came out with a new lip product, and this is from the Magical Girl collection. They came out with these really gorgeous lip stains. Now, this is the one that I'm wearing on my lips today, and baby, when I tell you, this is absolutely stunning. So this is the AOA Studios Magical Girl lip stain. This is in the shade, they have super weird names. I think this is the shade Shion, S-H-I-O-N. It is the really gorgeous kind of like berry toned one though. Tell me that doesn't look like a high-end lip stain on my lips. So freaking pretty. I love it so very much. You get a good amount of product in here as well. So the Magical Girl lip stains go for $1.55. $1.55. I think e.l.f. just released some lip stains and they're almost $10. Like, and e.l.f. is supposed to be one of the most affordable brands at the drugstore. No longer will I be going to e.l.f. for my lip products or my lip stain, because baby, when I'm telling you, and I have played with this multiple times at this point, like I said, I have had this lipstick on for about 5 hours at this point, and it is still going strong. It has faded just a little bit in the center, but other than that, it is still going strong. It's not patchy. That's what I was worried about. Oftentimes, you get a cheap lip stain, and you have to worry, even when you get an expensive one, you have to worry about them being patchy and not looking even on the lips, and this is just so beautiful. It is the most gorgeous, deep, wine colored kind of like berry tone. So pretty, super pigmented. That color is just absolutely everything. They go on, like I said, they're not streaky, they're not patchy, they don't feel drying. I also find that sometimes lip stains can feel particularly drying on the lips. These, however, do not. They have almost a glossy kind of like hydrating finish to them. They feel to me very similar to the new Milani hydrating lip stains. Not quite as thick and cushiony as those, but kind of that same finish. Leaves just a little bit of glossiness on the lips. Doesn't dry down matte instantly. Very beautiful formula. So that's the shade, that's that berry shade. I also picked up the shade Jaime. So this one is more of like a kind of like a raspberry tone. I am very excited about this one. I have not tried this shade yet. Oh yeah, that's just a really gorgeous bright pink tone. Super pretty. And then last but not least, I picked up the shade Ayami. This one is that orange color, and this one was the one I was the most excited for. I don't have an orange lip stain in my collection, and I was like, oh, you've got to be. And oh, look at that color. Look at that color. It's so pretty. I love that it's like more of a red toned orange, so it's going to be very wearable if you're looking to experiment with a really gorgeous orange lip. This is going to be the way to do it. These are going to make, especially for summer, these are going to make some of the most beautiful kind of like popsicle ombre lips. I am so excited. Again, packaging is 10 out of 10. It's a nice big fat container of product. You're getting a ton of product in here as well. Again, for $1.55, you absolutely cannot beat it. I think there are a couple more shades in this range. Trust and believe. I will be going back to get the rest of the shade range because they're just that beautiful. Let's go ahead and get a napkin and wipe it off so you can see what it looks like after it's been worn for just a little bit. So I'm just going to take my towel and I'm going to wipe it off just a little bit, scrub off that top layer, see what it looks like after it's faded just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, just absolutely beautiful. Super pretty. They kind of fade. They don't really lose that pigmentation. I didn't wait for it to be fully dried down, so that's my bad. But it just leaves such a beautiful stain on the lips. I am so excited about it. And as for the lipsticks, the Venetian Romance lipsticks, let's do the rub test on those. So it moved just a little bit, but for the most part, those are budge proof. So these are going to be transfer resistant. They're going to be very long wear. I am stoked. I really think ShopMissA blew it, like they knocked it out of the park. They knocked it out of the park with just about all of these new releases. And we haven't even gotten into the Complexion products yet. I have one last lip product to talk about, and then we'll move into the Complexion products. But y'all, you guys know how I feel about a glittery glossy lip. Guys, these are the new Magical Girl Iridescent lip glosses. There are, I think, 5 or 6 shades in this range as well. I just picked up 2 because I have so many lip glosses right now. I didn't need a ton, I didn't need a ton to add a ton of them to my collection. But now I kind of wish that I had just purchased all of them because they're so pretty. I have the shade... I have the shade Ishida, this one, on my lips today. First of all, can we just take a moment for how gorgeous that lip gloss is? Super sparkly and gorgeous, very iridescent, almost holographic looking on the lips. And guys, I don't think the packaging is anything super special, but it is very, very adorable. I love the little Magical Girl kind of emblem on there. Super, super cute. You have your standard teeny tiny little doe foot applicator. Now, I do wish the doe foot applicators on these were a bit bigger. I did find that I had to dunk in to the lip gloss quite a few times to get enough on my lips, but it's worth it because it's so pretty. So pretty. So this, can you guys just see how gorgeously reflective and shiny that is? And of course, my camera is not going to do it justice. This has a really gorgeous purple to red to pink to a little bit of maybe a little bit of teal in there. It's like a multi-chrome lip gloss, but they're so pretty. And they manage to be gorgeously reflective without being chunky or glittery. Now, oftentimes, especially with a cheaper lip gloss, you have to worry about feeling that glitter on your lips. Now, it doesn't necessarily bother me, but I do know it does bother some people, and it's just not a factor here. There are no big particles of glitter. It is very smooth, very glossy. I would say that it's more of a pearl reflect than a glitter reflect. The reflects in there are so small and so finely milled, it's impossible. Like, you can't feel them on your lips at all. And then they just go on. And they look at that. They're so reflective. They instantly add just a little bit of juiciness and something extra, a little bit of extra dimension to the lips. Very, very smooth. The actual formula of the lip gloss itself isn't heavy. It's not sticky. It feels like a cross between a lip gloss and a lip oil. It's got that very thin, lightweight, nourishing kind of texture to it, but that really beautiful high gloss shine. These are fantastic. On top of that, they're only $1.55, so you could get the entire range of them and still spend less than you would on one of the Maybelline lifter glosses, and these are so much prettier. Moving on into the Complexion products. Just have a couple more products to talk about, and then I will release you. First up, I picked up a backup of my shade adjusting drops. So I ordered these, I want to say maybe a couple of months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, when these just originally dropped. These are the shade adjusting drops. These come in a couple of different shades. They have a black, an orange, a blue, and a white. I picked up the blue, white, and black varieties. The only one I really use is the only ones I really use are the white and the blue. But when I tell you this blue pigment has come in and saved some of my very favorite foundations. If you are anything like me and struggle with finding a foundation that doesn't turn you into a Simpson, this is going to have your back. It's going to save your makeup collection. I don't know how many times I have purchased a foundation and it's just not been the right shade. And then, I can't bring myself to throw it away, and I can't return it. So I'm kind of stuck with a bottle of foundation that I can't wear because it's not the right shade for me. And then in come these things, and they save the freaking day. I use this almost every single time I do my foundation, every single time I do my makeup. It takes the smallest dot of this. Goes the very, very longest way. It neutralizes those yellow tones, and it saves my foundation. Now, when I first purchased this, I was a little bit worried because you know yellow and blue make green. I was worried it was just going to turn my foundation green and it was going to look awful on me. It does not do that. It does indeed neutralize that yellow tone, but it doesn't turn your foundation gray. It doesn't turn it green. It just goes in, neutralizes that yellow, and makes it wearable, especially if you have a softer kind of like pinky peach kind of undertone. Absolute perfection. And like I said, I use this constantly. So I went in and I got a backup of it. Now, this is not super expensive either. I think this only goes for $1.55, which is not too much to ask at all, in my opinion. It's small, but it is very, very mighty. I even really enjoy the packaging as well. It's just super easy to use. It is a little squeezy tube. I really, really like this stuff. Just the teeniest, tiniest little dot of this, and it's going to fix that yellow foundation right up. Now, as for complexion products, ShopMissA might just be my favorite brand ever. It might just be my very favorite brand in existence. Y'all, you know, cheap foundation is one of those things that you're like, there's no way it's going to be good. We have been programmed to believe that if a foundation is affordable, it's just not going to be good. It's not going to look good on our skin. It's not going to be long wearing. It's just going to be just trash in general, especially if it's under $2. Y'all, this is the foundation that I have on my skin today, and if I told you I was wearing a $20 foundation, you would believe me. Heck, if I didn't know this was only $2, like, there's no freaking way I could get. It's just good. It is so nice. This is the ShopMissA AOA Studios Pure Complexion Liquid Foundation. I bought mine in the lightest shade available. This is the shade L1. Now, I did have to add a couple of my blue drops into here because it does lead a little bit on the yellow side. However, I did eventually get a perfect shade match. And when I tell you, first of all, coverage, check. I mean, just... oh, now guys, I have super dried up, dusty, old mummy skin. I talk about it all the time. Finding a really good full coverage foundation can be a little bit impossible. This surprised me so much. I was not expecting this to be a full coverage foundation. It is so beautiful on the skin. A little bit of this goes a very, very long way. Like I said, I have it in the lightest shade available. You get 1 full fluid ounce of product in here, which is the standard amount you're going to get across the board, whether it be drugstore or high end. On top of that, this goes for $1.55. It is mind-blowing to me how they can make such a beautiful foundation for such an affordable price point. So that's what it looks like. I put a little bit on the back of my hand. You can see compared to my skin tone, it is quite it's pretty yellow, but once you blend it out, I am telling you, the coverage on this is freaking mind-boggling. It is, once you blend it out, it actually looks pretty good against my skin tone. It is mind-boggling how beautiful this stuff is. I'm going to give you guys a close-up of my skin just so you can see what we're working with today. It's not, again, I've had my foundation on for a good long time, for a good long while at this point. We're going on 6 hours now, and usually my problem areas are my forehead. It really likes to sink in to the lines in my forehead, and then this little line right here. I've got a pretty deep line in the corner of my mouth. Y'all, when I tell you this hasn't sunk into any lines, it's not emphasizing my texture, it's not emphasizing my pores. It looks stunning. It looks so beautiful on my skin. I am so impressed with this. I was not expecting to like this. You're kind of programmed to think that cheap foundation equals bad foundation, and that just is not the case. This is so good. I am so excited to wear this again. And for being at 6 hours of wear at this point, I think we're doing freaking good. Like, it's not only is it beautiful and gorgeous on the skin, but it's long wearing as well. Usually it'll start to break up around my nose, and it's still like it's clinging to my nose really beautifully. It's not like making the skin on my nose look all weird. My nose is also where I have the most like dry patches and things like that, and it's not clinging to dry patches. It's not looking all weird and gross. Beautiful foundation. Absolutely in love with it. I don't know how much of this has to do with the foundation and how much of it has to do with this freaking primer. This primer, so good. So this is the Cosmic Cowgirl Skin Gripping Primer. This goes for $1.55. This goes for $1.55. It is so nice. First of all, packaging, super, super cute. Really like it. I just love the whole idea of like a cosmic cowgirl. Super adorable. Now, the standard amount for a primer is 1 full fluid ounce as well. You're not getting that much in here. You're getting a little bit less than, a little bit over half an ounce of product. Still a good amount of product in here, but again, you're only paying $1.55 for it, so I'm not going to complain too awful much. A little bit of this goes a fairly long way as well. It feels so delightful on the skin. I would say it definitely leaves a tack on the skin. Not like overly, guys, that e.l.f. primer that went completely and totally viral for like forever, the sticky skin grip primer, I can't stand that stuff. I just do not like the way that it feels on my skin. It feels heavy, it feels sticky, it just feels gross, and I can't use it. This, however, is something I can get down with. It provides that stick without feeling heavy, without feeling gloopy and sticky. It is so nice. On top of that, it feels beautifully hydrating, and it adds just a little bit of luminosity to the skin as well. So you're pretty much getting 3 primers in one. It doesn't really smooth out pores or anything like that, but y'all, this is so nice. For $1.55, you cannot beat it. Now, I also tried their new concealer. This is the AOA Studios Flawless Liquid Concealer. This was a little bit expensive. This was $1.88. I believe that you could use this both as concealer and as a foundation. You're getting quite a bit of product in here. You're getting a little bit over half an ounce of product, 0.67 fluid ounces. So a good amount of product in here. That is a ton of product, especially for a concealer. Now, I got this in the lightest shade available as well. I got this too in the shade L1. And let's do a little bit of a swatcheroo so you guys can see the color. That is the color of it. The color actually worked really well for me. It's light enough that it brightened me, but it wasn't too light where it looked ghostly and like pasty on my under eyes. So really nice color. I don't think it's too yellow, but it's not too pink either. I think it's a pretty good neutral kind of tone. This is nice. Now, this is not a full coverage concealer. It is not, I would say it's more of like a light medium kind of coverage. It is the concealer that I'm wearing today, and you can see that I still have a little bit of darkness peeking through on my under eye, so it didn't fully cover my under eye. And I did put 2 layers of this on. So if you're looking for a full coverage concealer, this is not going to do that for you. But I will say the finish is beautiful. It's not drying, it's not cakey, it's not heavy. It also, it does crease. It did crease on me. After I set it, it's doing really, really well. But it's definitely one of those concealers that you're going to have to set with powder. If not, it's going to crease and it's going to move around on you. To me, this felt like more of a, I wouldn't say it's like super hydrating, but it's not incredibly matte either. I would say this is more of like a skin finish concealer. Looks pretty natural on the skin. If anything, it leans just a little bit more on the matte side than anything else. Now, it does dry down on its own, but until that point, I did experience quite a bit of creasing. So just make sure you're setting this with a little bit of powder. Like, you don't need to pack the powder on there, but I do think that it just needs just a little bit of powder to really lock it into place. Now, am I completely blown out of the water by this product? No, not really. But for $1.88, I don't think this is a bad product at all. You're getting a ton of product in here. I do think this would be a really pretty all over the face foundation as well. We might test that out a little bit later this week. Really, really nice product. It didn't blow me out of the water like everything else, but I didn't dislike it either. Now, not only did they release the Liquid Perfection, that is this foundation, but they also released a matte version. So this is the AOA Studios Matte Vision High Definition Foundation. And y'all, I'm not sure what to think about this because, first of all, packaging, absolutely freaking adorable. This is a little bit more pricey. It's a little bit pricier than the other one. This one was $1.55. This one is $1.88. So just a couple cents more expensive. You're getting the same amount of product in here. You're getting 1 full fluid ounce of product in here. I think the packaging is super adorable. I love this kind of retro blocky feel of the orange and the pink. Super, super cute. I got this too in the lightest shade available. This is in the shade L1 as well. This is what it looks like. I think the tone is actually really, really nice. Though it does pull fairly yellow on me, I think with a little bit of that blue stuff, it matches perfectly. And y'all, when I tell you the coverage on this is just, look at the coverage. Look at the coverage. It is just as amazing. Even blended out, the coverage is spectacular. Now, it definitely is a matte finish foundation, but it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't, it's just really pretty. It's just really pretty. So that is it blended out on the back of my hand. Now, I haven't worn this all over my face yet, so there's really not a ton that I can say about it. I have kind of dabbled and kind of played with it just a little bit. And from what I've used of it so far, it does look very, very pretty on the skin. But if judging anything, if it's anything like this one, I am super excited for it. Y'all, $1.88. You cannot beat it. This is so nice. So if you are an oily skinned girl and you're looking for a really fantastic, super affordable foundation, I think that you should definitely check this one out. Now, I did go check out the reviews on this product and people absolutely are loving it. So I'm assuming I'm going to love it as well. Cannot wait. This stuff is so nice, but I'm assuming this will be too. And then last but not least, I picked up a couple of liquid blushes. Now, this is the one that I am wearing today. These are the ShopMissA Color Flush Liquid Blushes. These are a little bit of an older formula on the ShopMissA website, but they just released these colors. These are the newest color releases in this line. And when I tell you, these blushes are so freaking nice. They're so pigmented. This is the shade Mahogany. Like I said, this is the shade that I'm wearing today. It's just a standard little doe foot applicator. But that is what the Mahogany shade looks like. It is a really gorgeous, deep kind of mauvey berry tone. So pretty. This is such a perfect, perfect winter shade. It just goes onto the skin. They're beautifully pigmented, but not scary. It's not clown territory. They are so easy to work with. They blend out beautifully with both a brush and a sponge. They do not lift up the product underneath them. They're just a really spectacular formula. I also got the shade, this is the shade Golden Oak, and this one is a more pinky kind of tone. Super, super pretty. This is a super light, airy kind of baby doll pink color. And that is what she looks like blended out. And then last but not least, I got the shade, this is the shade Poppy. And this one is more of a peachy terracotta tone. This one I am super stoked about. That's what she looks like. And then blended out. Oh yeah, it's just kind of like a rusty red, like a candy apple red kind of tone. Super, super pretty. On top of that, these are endlessly buildable. Y'all could build this up to full opacity if you really, really wanted to. Now, you're getting a very small volume of product in here. These are only $1 though. They're only $1. You're getting, how much product are you actually getting in here? You're getting 0.08 fluid ounces of product. So a very, very minuscule amount of product, but honestly, they're so pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. I literally just put two dots on each cheek today, and it gave me all the pigment that I could have ever needed. So I'm loving these. I think they are fantastic. They're so nice. If you are a beginner or just even want to experiment with new colors of blush, I think these would be a fantastic choice. I think that there are, I want to say like 7 or 8 different colors in this range. All of them are absolutely stunning. More on the neutral side of things, but very pretty, very wearable, everyday blush shades. Guys, that is it for today's New Makeup Monday. All in all, ShopMissA has done it again. They have completely and totally blown my mind. They have given me not only incredibly affordable makeup, but they've given me high quality affordable makeup. It's like a treasure hunt every time I go onto that website. They're my favorite brand. They're my favorite brand. I find them to be so exciting. Makeup, affordable makeup, doesn't have to suck. And I think ShopMissA really proves that time and time again. They come out with fun, interesting, innovative products for, $2. The most expensive thing in today's video was $1.88, and I got dang near a full face of makeup for $24.80. There's nowhere else on earth that you could get pretty much a full face of makeup for $28, $29. It's just not possible. ShopMissA really has a very special place in my penny pinching heart, and I hope today's video inspired you to go check them out. Try a few things and kind of like fully realize that $1 makeup, super affordable makeup, can really be just as fantastic as anything you're going to get from Sephora. Guys, as always, no filters, no fancy lighting. It is just me sitting in front of my camera, playing with some new makeup, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. Thank you so much for being here today. I love you so very much. And until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.